G'day YouTube, how the heck are we doing? It is Foul Play here, back for the fifth and final match of this modern league. We lost the die roll here. Opponent has kept a 7-card hand. Let's get into it. And turn 1 monkey from our opponent. We do hit a land drop, which is nice. I'm probably just going to trade these off, given the fact we've got 2 other Bogles in hand. Rakdos can get out of hand quickly. We are well positioned into Ragavan decks with like lots of copies of First Strike and Sentinel's Eyes in the main deck. So theoretically, like if you're on the play from turn 2, Ragavan does nothing, which is kind of a nice spot to be in. Knight's Whisper. Okay. So this has to be like a Gristle Shoal deck, right? I can't think of anything else which is going to be running around with Knight's Whisper. And I'm very glad we didn't Floofy pause there. Opponent plays out Fury, so I guess it's just one of these evoke decks with the Undying effect on their creature. So Feign Death, yep. So usually this is like what called Rakdos mid-range, right? Let's go ahead and Daybreak Coronet here, attack on in, get that one out of hand because the life gain is going to be important. It's possible for our opponent to have Blood Moon as well, so using up the double white card makes a lot more sense than playing out double Sentinel's Eyes into a Blood Moon deck. Opponent concedes the match. Beautiful. Alright, so here's, this one's named Rakdos Scam, that's hilarious. So you can see your opponent cheats out cards like Grief and Fury, evoking them, Feign Death to return them from the graveyard, Undying Malice, Undying Evil, all that sort of stuff. Blood Moon in the main deck, Fabled Mirror Breaker in the main deck. Sideboard, we've got Engineered Explosives, more Blood Moon, Hijetsugu, which is a big annoying one for us. And Path of Peril for 3-mana Historical creatures with mana value 2 or less. Righto guys, if you do enjoy the video and want to see more content like this, please consider subscribing. Alright, so Leyline of Sanctity is obviously pretty good into a Thoughtseeds plus Grief deck. There's potential for maybe Solitude as well to kill their big Evoke Elementals. I'm unsure, I think that might be overboarding though, so I'm not going to bring that in this time. Weakest cards would be Audacity. I guess against Blood Moon, there's potential we want Force Vigor too. Maybe we just like fetch our Windswept Teeths around it. I think we just take out 2 Audacity, 2 Floofy Paws. I'm unsure what's correct sideboard wise here. Because we could actually resolve a Floofy and it'd be really strong. This hand is like reasonable but bad into Thoughtseize. We do have a backup creature. We don't have Totem Armor in hand. We have play around Blood Moon though. I think we can keep this, but we likely just die to Thoughtseize. Alright, opponent with Ragavan turn 1. We hit a different Bogle anyway. Let's play our lucky Bogle off the east side. So we can offer trades here. It's bad specifically into Grief. I think we're in a pretty bad place if they have Grief anyway, so let's go ahead and offer the trade, stop Ragavan from doing a turn 2 Blood Moon against us. Then we can get our Windswept Teeth out, search out up our planes, and we're safe against Blood Moon. Opponent has Undying Malice, tis Ragavan here. That's fine. Alright, and they play out Bloodstained Mire, and we get to resolve Scout plus Ethereal Armor, so that's pretty nice. Blood Moon Protection too, not too shabby. And now we can still block out the Ragavan, so a nice place to be. Opponent chooses not to attack, misses a land drop too. And we get to like just unload pretty hard on our creature here. Alright, so we get to attack for 9, still at a healthy 18. Opponent's gotta be in trouble from here. I don't think they have anything that blocks flying in their deck. I guess they could draw 2 Engineered Explosives and look at getting us that way. Our opponent just concedes. Alright, we'll take that victory. So that was potentially a very risky hand that we kept in that final game, and it paid off like in dividends, so pretty impressive for us. I still think the list is in a really strong spot here. Liking Griffspoon more and more. I think upping the numbers to 3 is fine. Maybe you can find room for a 4th, I'm not sure. My most suspect aura in the list currently is actually Audacity, again, still. Potentially, you might want to go up for extra copies of Totem Armor or extra copies of Evasion, maybe an All That Glitters for an extra Ethereal Armor type effect. Maybe Alpha Authority if you want a way to protect your Floofy Paws. This is like fairly difficult to do though, because you have to resolve a Daybreak Coronet or a Spirit Mantle to then search up the Alpha Authority for Floofy, so not the best, and it's still really bad into Dress Down, so I don't think it's really where we want to be. Gadok Teague continues to impress me. I think this card is really, really strong. Let's continue to rock it as the only card in our sideboard that costs mana. Obviously, still strong use case for Leyline of Sanctity. Solitude, also very, very impressive addition to the sideboard. Very happy with this card. Potentially, this is even worth going up to 3 copies. I don't think I'd go more than 3 copies, though. You go, like, a 3rd copy of Solitude over Chalice of the Void, maybe over Force of Vigor. There's, like, that pretty similar, like, use case between the cards where they overlap into certain decks. Like Hammer Time, Solitude is almost as good as Force of Vigor. Exiling their creature mid-combat instant speed is pretty damn great. And I'm seeing like less and less Living End and Rhinos, so maybe Chalice of the Void at 3 copies is a little bit greedy, maybe not. It's good to have it there. I think if you start going down to like 2 copies with this card, you probably question whether or not it even should be in your sideboard or not, because if you take out the Chalice of the Void in that situation, we can easily go up to 3 Solitude, go up to like 4 Force of Vigor, 4 Gadok Teague, or 4 Solitude. You maybe include like a different sideboard card as well. But that's where we're at with the deck, guys. Obviously, it's been performing quite well recently. Thank you very much for watching the video. Let me know what you thought of the match down below. Was that like a savage victory or what? Until next time, have a wonderful time, and I'll see you then. Cheers.